Spanish Fork has been a team that has seen its share of success over the years. They've beaten many great teams, have won many great championships. And of course, with every great year comes great success as well as great challenges. Today is one of those challenges as they face a Desert Hills team that has pretty much been unstoppable throughout this season. Number one in state, number one in 4A, and currently top 150 overall. Of course, starting in the first round, they played Ridgeline, Spanish Fork did, and squeaked by with the 3-2 victory. And then, of course, they played Park City later on that day in a thrilling 7-6 matchup that lasted 8 innings. The hero for that one being none other than Noah Conway, who hit a single to drive in the winning run. This time, though, runs will be at a premium. This is a Desert Hills team that has only allowed 39 runs so far in 27 games, while averaging 9 a game. So this will be quite the challenge for Spanish Fork today as they face off against this great pitching staff. The person, of course, at the head for Desert Hills today is Lance Kinross. He's one of those 4 outstanding pitchers that the Thunder produce and they put out on the mound. And he'll start off the game with a first pitch fastball for a strike. Kinross, 50 and third innings pitched, has 7 wins in 12 appearances. He pitched last game. They weren't honestly sure if he'd be able to pitch Andrew Pintar. Pintar on the year is 379 with 2 home runs and 19 RBIs. He's just one of those key hitters on this Dons lineup that has produced big. That pitch is down and away with the curveball, and it's 2-0. That one high and 3-0. Today we won't have the graphics board up, but we will try and keep up with the pitch by pitch. We'll relay it to you as it comes along. Currently the count is 3-0 to Andrew Pintar. That pitch is hit to third. It's stopped over by the third baseman. Not in time. He just eats it up. Third baseman, of course, being Drew Thorpe. So a good start for the Dons here. 2 batters up, 2 hits, and their main man, Cy Nielsen, the heart and soul of the Dons. Of course, he is the guy that does everything for this team. An outstanding pitcher. He won't be on the mound today to start, at least. But hitting-wise, he's been on and out in this year. Outside. It's kind of a curveball going in and out. Umpire says it's just off the plate and it's 1-0. So for the Dons, Newman started off with the triple. Nielsen got on the infield single. Or Pintar, I should say. Nielsen currently up to bat. And he hits that one sharply at second, throwing it over to second to get the first out, and a second out as well, a double play. Excellent play by the Thunder, but Newman will score, and that will be the first run of the game for the Dons. Take it any way they can come. The bases are cleared as a result of that double play, and that'll bring up Noah Conway. And he fouls that one off for the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Conway last game was the big hero, of course, against Park City. A game that was incredible. It was back and forth. It seemed like things were in Spanish Fork's grasp to start. They were up 3-0 and then gave up 4 unanswered. As Conway swings and misses at that pitch, and it's 0-2. Looks like he lost his elbow protector, it seems. After that, of course, Spanish Fork responded. They went back and forth until the 7th when it was tied at 7 apiece. And then the bottom of the 8th, of course, Conway hit a big single as he takes that one high and in for a ball that ended up winning the game for the Dons. There's that pitch, and it's outside. It's 2-2. Conway on the year has been a pretty good hitter. 2-2 pitch, and he swings and misses on that one. He'll get the strikeout. So Kinross gets the big double play to prevent any damage. They get 1 run, however, Spanish Fork does, and it'll be 1-0 heading into the middle of the first inning. Of course, as always, Spanish 4 Channel 17 would love to thank our sponsors for their help and support in today's ballgame. That is the Blue Diamond Auto Group, McKell Thompson & Wise, the attorneys at law, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, State Farm in the offices of Lance Wilson, the Driggs Mortgage Team, MVP Sports, and 2 Jacks Pizza. So now we'll get to see the offense for Desert Hills, an offense that averages 9 runs a game, as we said before. They'll be going up, though, against Mason Olson, number 20, who is one of the 3 main guys on this rotation for the Dons. Of course, when the Nielsen twins aren't in action, they turn to Mason Olson, and Olson has been a force as well. On the year, he has 31 2/3 innings pitched with a 1.33 ERA, and get this, he averages a 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio and holding batters on the opposing team to a 210 average. So certainly he's done a great job this year. He'll start off this game, though, against Clayton Lott, the shortstop for the Thunder. There's a pitch in the dirt, and that is 2-0. Pitch from Olson. That one's hit over to shortstop. Pintar will grab that one, gather it, and throw it over to first and get the out. So soft grounder over there, no harm done. 1 away. Desert Hills, of course, has had their share of heartbreak as well. Despite being a great squad down there in St. George, they aren't the only one. In fact, Dixie has kind of been standing over them, and they've been in essence in their shadow over the last couple of years. Of course, they made it to the state finals last year, only to lose in the finals in heartbreaking fashion on a walk-off bunt. Final score being 1-0 in that game, as the count is 1-1 to Bo Barbin. Barbin playing right field for the Thunder. Here's Olson with the pitch. A check swing, and it's in there anyways for a strike. Thought it would be outside, but no matter. The umpire calls it, and it's 1-2. Olson quickly up and firing. And he gets him for strike 3. First strikeout on the game for Mason Olson. And that's 2 away. Got him looking on the bottom corner with that breaking ball, and that'll bring up Drew Thorpe, the third baseman. First pitch from Olson. That one hit and chopped just foul over to the first base coach. Olson with the 0-1 pitch. Tries with the breaking ball and gets it for a strike. Just off the outside part of the plate. He's quickly up to 0-2. So Mason Olson been good to start. Gathers in the windup in the 0-2 pitch. Gets him swinging and missing on the off speeder, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Dons. Great start for Spanish Fork as they take the 1-0 lead at the end of 1. We'll be back with the top of the second here on Spanish 4 Channel 17.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Finally got me, Ben.
What's that, Rick?
The Clark Street crater, the mother of all potholes. Got me good.
But you know State Farm's got you, too.
You ain't nothing!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
Back with the top of the second here on Spanish Fork Channel 17. Dons take the early 1-0 lead as that one's in for a strike to Josh Dart. One down and away. Dart on the year hitting .323 with 8 RBIs. Not usually the everyday player, but he comes in occasionally, has provided good depth for this Dons lineup. So he takes that one low for a ball, 2-1. So the team that has prided itself on its depth, and they've been able to plug in pieces really well as he hits that one opposite field, drifting back to catch that one is Blake Milna over in right to get that one away. So Noah Conway is up. We mentioned accidentally that Noah Conway was up in the last inning. That was Tyson Massey who ended up striking out. So this is Conway, the hero, of course, in the last matchup between Park City, and he takes the first 2 pitches, both strikes, and is quickly 0-2 to him. Mentioned Conway has 18 strikeouts on the year. He's kind of a high strikeout guy as he gets a piece of that one and hits it foul over to the right-hand side. Oh, and 2 the count to Noah Conway. Kinross with the pitch. Just a bit outside with the slider, it looks like, and it's 1-2. 1-2 pitch is right down the middle for strike 3, and that'll be it for Conway. So that's 2 strikeouts now. The last 3 batters for Lance Kinross. Of course, the Dons off to a hot start, getting that leadoff triple by Tay Newman. That was a huge momentum shift to start the game in the Dons' favor as that one gets fouled over into the stands. Up to hit is the left fielder, Tanner Peterson. It'll be Peterson followed by Randolph and Skylar Horan as that one is down and in, 1-1. Of course, in the outfield, Kinross, Peterson catching, Andrus at first, Goodman at second, followed by Lott and Thrope as that one gets popped up, and Goodman will go over and make the catch in the infield. And that'll be it for the inning. So it seems like Kinross has sort of gotten into a rhythm as he gets the side 1-2-3. And that'll bring up the Desert Hills lineup in the bottom half. Once again, Spanish Fork 17 is sponsored, and this broadcast is sponsored by Blue Diamond Auto Group, the attorneys at law, Mikkel Thompson and Wise, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, State Farm and the offices of Lance Wilson, the Driggs Mortgage Team, MVP Sports, and 2 Jack's Pizza. Of course, we thank all of our local sponsors, and we remind you, as always, that if you want to watch this game live, you can go on right now even to youtube.com/SpanishFork17 or go on to sfcn.org. Call your mom, call your parents, call everybody. Unfortunately, we may not have much dancing and entertainment from this end as we usually do. Well, we do shout out the man in California watching. That's commitment for sure, and of course we welcome everybody everywhere to watch as well. If you're in Colorado, if you're in New York, if you're in Germany even, and you're awake at this time, watch some great baseball here as Spanish Fork gets off to the early lead. We always thank everybody, including our crew, for their great work that they do. So Desert Hills quickly went to 1-2-3 last inning. They'll try and get something going here. It'll be Bronson Andrus, the 4th hitter, up as the umpire gives a second for play to resume. Olson starts off great. He's had 2 strikeouts so far, and he gets the first pitch strike swinging to the first baseman. Andrus, the right hitter. Of course, the left on right matchup for Olson, and that one is another strike, swinging and missing, 0-2. Olson doing a good job managing the plate in the zone, working away a lot. He'll try and get the strikeout here, and he's just outside. Just missed with the fastball. One-two pitch. Now one in the dirt, and it'll be 2-2. Olson working pretty quickly here against Andrus. He has his pace. 2-2 pitch. That one hit sharply down the line, and it's just going to be foul. Just rolled down there. And of course, Desert Hills has had their couple of matchups as well. They've cruised through them, in fact. They've played Tooele and beat them handily 4-1, and then followed that up with a 7-1 beatdown of Orem. So things have come relatively smooth, but they're having a hard time here against Mason Olson. That's his third strikeout of the game. Coming on Andrus, first out of the inning. So Olson doing a great job overall here. Of course, we credit him for the amount of strikeouts he gets, him and Nielsen both. That puts Olson at 38 on the year, according to Max Preps. That one is high. 1-0 pitch. Down swinging and missing. And of course, is Blake Milne up. First time up for him. 1-1 pitch. Got him swinging and missing on the off-speeder. Boy, Olson's done a good job of mixing up his pitches, and just the amount of break it seems it's fooling the hitters so far. Just haven't been able to time it well. 1-2 pitch. That one down and in, it'll be 2-2. Of course, beautiful day for a ball game here. Only thing being that it's been a bit breezy today. As Olson delivers and throws that one in, 3-2. Been pretty windy today, unusually windy, but it has been nice out. It has been warm. Perfect weather for baseball, and of course a great turnout. Full count here. One fouled up, and that one's going to drift out of play. One out here in the bottom half of the second. Olson throws. Gets that one, and it's hit into the gap, and covering it is going to be Peterson, but that's going to be the first hit of the game for Desert Hills. So on a full count, Blake Milne gets the first hit of the game, and one up for the Thunder. I'll bring up Jaden Peterson, the catcher for Desert Hills. Wilson with the first pitch. That one is hit again sharply down the line and foul. Now, Wilson hasn't been overpowering anybody with anything. Well, he does a great job of location and breaking pitches, but now with one on, we'll see how he does from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And kind of a pitch out. And I'll put the count at 1-1. Of course, they do have speed over there. Milne, he's an outfielder. Takes a step or two just to kind of get Olson thinking. Looks over and throws. That one hit again over into left field. This one might go back to the wall. Chasing is Peterson. It will hit the wall. Running around third is Milne, and he's going to stop there, and that's a double for Peterson. So Jaden Peterson follows the single up with a double. Now Pintar will have a quick word with Mason Olson, and Desert Hills, of course, their potent offense that averages 9 runs a game. It's coveted. They've got themselves in a good position here. Bases at runners at second and third in scoring position. The one out. So Peterson with the hit. They bring Peterson out, and in his place they will put in number 1, Bricker Herdsman. So that pitch is inside for a ball. Hitting now is Landon Levine, the center fielder. See how Olsen works under pressure again. It's the 1-0 pitch. Going high. Of course, playoff baseball, things can get pressure packed in a hurry. Tensions can rise quickly, especially in these moments. It is early though, bottom of the second. 2-0 pitch is high again, and it's 3-0. Quickly, Olsen getting into trouble here. Now struggling to find his command on this at-bat. Here's the pitch. 0-1 high and ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Levine, and not a good sign for Olsen there. That loads the bases with 1 out. So with bases loaded, Chandler Reaver, the designated hitter, is up. It's a right-handed heavy lineup for the Thunder. Olsen throws that one in, and it's low for a ball. Pitch. That one not really close. That one going into the other end of the batter's box, and it's 2-0. And it looks like Gub Nelson doesn't like what he's seeing so far. They're going to take a minute to gather and convene. Probably a good decision, to be honest, for the Dons. Olsen did get off to a great start, though. He started off the game retiring the first 4, getting 3 strikeouts in the process. Then the quick single followed by a double that rolled all the way to the wall by both Blake Milne and Jaden Peterson kind of got things going for Desert Hills. Momentum on their side kind of at this point, and I think Nelson just wants to try and subdue things a little bit. Of course, this is not the only matchup today. We had Salem Hills in the other bracket playing Lehigh, and Salem Hills defeated them earlier today, so that's what has been reported. Of course, the winner of this game would then face that matchup tomorrow or Friday. Of course, the state championship being this coming Saturday here at Lindquist Field. So we'll be here hopefully for the next few days covering this, as that's a comebacker to Olsen. He'll throw that to first, throwing it over to second, and getting the double play is Skylar Horain. What a play, and a huge stop for the Dons. No damage done. It's 1-0 as we end the second inning. We'll be back with the Dons on the top of the third on Spanish Fork Channel 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Thompson & Wise.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Top of the third here on Spanish Fork 17. Once again, we're proud to present to you the Utah High School Athletic Association State Championships here in the 4A region quarterfinal matchup. Spanish Fork holding serve in that bottom of the second inning as that one gets fouled back to the screen by Cade Randolph. Randolph this game playing second for the Dons. Currently hitting .222 on the year. fouls that one off as well, and it'll be a quick 0-2 count. Kinross starting off a little bit shaky, giving up a leadoff triple and a single, and of course from there, Spanish Fork got on the board 1-0, despite a double play by Cy Nielsen. And from that point, pretty much of the double play, he's retired 5 consecutive batters here, so he's kind of gotten into a groove. As that curveball is outside, brings the count to 1-2. It'll be Randolph followed by Skylar Horain, and then the top of the order. 1-2, that one fouled off as well. Here's the pitch. One framed and just outside for a ball. That's actually the first ball, so it now is 1-2. Here's the pitch. Curveball, and that one is popped up into center field, drifting back, and gathering it is Levine out in center, and he'll make the first out of the inning. So I'll bring up Skylar Horain, the catcher, number 7 for the Dons. Horain's had a great postseason so far in his first couple of matchups. He's been excellent. Of course, going back to the Park City matchup, he had a big single in the 6th inning. And of course, against Ridgeline, he ended up going 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch as well, as he takes that one for a strike, and it's 0-2. Kinross has done a great job of getting ahead in the count now, as he throws that one outside for 1-2. 1-2 pitch to Horain. And that one just tipped enough, and he saves the count. Just got it off the end of the bat there. Outfield playing relatively straight, so is the infield for the 1-2 pitch, as that one is dribbled over to second to make the plays. Goodman, he'll throw it over to first and get Horain in time for the second out. So 2 down for the Dons, who have gone relatively quietly since that first inning, and now up to hit for the second time is Tay Newman. He, of course, would but quiet in that first at bat, going on pretty much a opening triple. Hit it in the perfect spot. You got Levine guessing out there in center field. He'll try and do the same thing again. That first pitch is a curveball outside for 1-0. That one hit again into the gap, and it's going to drop, however, and sliding and making a great play out there is Blake Milne, and that'll be the end of the inning for the Dons. So 3 up, 3 down for the Spanish Fork team, and now in the middle of the inning, we will bring up the Thunder. Of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors as always. Spanish Fork 17 Baseball is brought to you by Blue Diamond Auto Group, McKell, Thompson & Wise, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, State Farm, and the offices of Lance Wilson, Driggs Mortgage Team, MVP Sports, and 2 Jacks Pizza. Of course, local sponsorship, great as always for us, and of course you guys as well. We thank the viewers for all that you do and for supporting us throughout this great season. Hopefully it continues, and as you see the Spanish Fork fans who have traveled up here. In fact, both sides have been well represented, it feels like, for this game, despite it being a quarterfinal and kind of being out of the way for both teams, as a matter of fact. You see a great deal of Thunder fans as well as Spanish Fork fans, and of course, making the drive up here is not easy. It's about 6 or 7 hours for Desert Hills, coming all the way from St. George up to play in Ogden. That pitch is in for a ball. In fact, they left yesterday, did a video of it on their Twitter page of them leaving, as that one swung on and missed by Goodman. It's Caden Goodman, by the way, playing second base for the Thunder. It's a long drive indeed up here, but they're glad to make it, of course, if that means taking state as that one taps Goodman, it seems, and he'll take first. Just got enough of him. It didn't seem like it hit him that hard, but Goodman will take his base anyways. So 1 on with nobody out, and Olsen still trying to find his groove here he had in the first inning. Did get that great double play to end it, though, last time up. Up to bat for the second time is Clayton Lott. We'll take that pitch for a strike. Lott so far 0-1. Olsen will throw it over to first and check the runner. Count here to Lott, and he hits that one over to short. Driving his Pintar, he'll just throw it over to second, and they'll only get the one there on the fielder's choice. What a good play, nevertheless. So Pintar will get that one, and it's one away as Barbin will come up to hit. Bo Barbin, the lefty, struck out his first time up. The pitch. That one kind of a check swing again. Pintar charging, but that one takes a bounce off its heel, and reaching safely is Bo Barbin. It looked like it took a little bit of a weird bounce in the grass, but nevertheless a play that Pintar probably wishes he had back there. Been a relatively clean game to start. Desert Hills and Spanish Fork both have an error each, but as we know, errors can be potentially costly, and now against Desert Hills has runners on first and second here with one down. Up to bat here is Drew Thorpe, their third baseman, and the number 3 hitter in the lineup. He takes that one for strike one from Olsen. Olsen gathers. Throws it in for a ball. That one's going to drop, hit the dirt. Thrope also was a strikeout victim to Olsen in the first. Part of that 3 strikeout start for Mason as he throws this one, curving it in for a strike. Good pitch there for Mason. Kind of throws up. Thrope. Of course, if he can get the strikeout here, not only would that be a critical second out, it would be a good confidence builder, I think, for Olsen. So he gathers and throws. That one high and in. A wake-up call to Thrope, and that's 2-2. Olsen gathers the 2-2 pitch on the way. That one just missing down and out. Full count here to Thrope. Here's the full count. That one hit into the gap. Running back over there is Peterson, and it's going to hit the wall. Over to score is Goodman. It's Lott coming around third. He's going to try and score. Here comes the relay, and they're not going to throw it. Big 2-run double for Desert Hills, and as we know, they're a potent lineup, and they finally strike here in the bottom of the third. It's now 2-1. Thunder on top. That one hardly hit. I should say hit hard, not hardly hit. Just the opposite. In fact, it hit off the wall. It hit near the Warren sign out there in left center field, it looked like. Maybe even closer to Peterson, but nothing you can really do there. Just hard contact. So now it's 2-1 Thunder. And they are out swinging as Andrus takes a big hack and misses there. 0-1. Once again, like we mentioned, Olsen doesn't overpower you necessarily with his pitches, but he does get you with his location, which has kind of been missing here in the last couple of innings, as he throws that one low and it's 1-1. Second time around, of course, in the lineup is a whole different story compared to the first part, as that one's swinging and missing. Now the count is 1-2. One-two count, one down, 2-1. Desert Hills on top of Spanish Fork. Olsen looks back and fires. Curveball is down and in. Count is 2-2. It'll be quick time here for Andrus to get set. Olsen needs to try and get this one located well. He's gone down, but a little bit too far down. Here's the throw. That one in as well. And a stolen base for Thrope. Really no contest either. It was kind of almost a slow jog over to third. Mulrain just decided not to fire it. So it's now a 2-2 count and a runner on third for Desert Hills. Andrus will take. Hit that one just down the line and foul. Of course, it's still early, but Desert Hills kind of has grabbed the momentum on offense here from Olsen. Batters are starting to get in their groove here. See what Mason can do. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Got him on a strikeout, low and away. Great pitch from Mason Olsen. Second strikeout of the game for Andrus, and it's 2 down. Now Blake Milne up to bat on his second attempt. He had a good sliding catch last inning out in left field. He'll try and push the runner in. See, he taps that one, it's going to roll foul. Of course, things could be worse for Spanish Fork as they had a bases loaded jam in the second inning. Managed to get out of it with a huge double play on a comebacker to Olsen. Good game so far here at Lindquist Field in Ogden. That pitch is in on the outside corner for a strike. So quickly 0-2 to Milne. Of course, after him, if he can get on, Jaden Peterson will be up, the catcher. He's in the on-deck circle. 0-2 count. That one hit over into the gap, covering in, going through the glove of Newman. Base hits for Milne, and that scores the third run for Desert Hills. Of course, the Thunder bench gets up and they're excited, of course. Huge inning for them as they get the third run of the third. A tough ranging play for Newman over there at third, but he wasn't able to grab that one in time. Just went under his glove, it seemed. Tough play, but one that you wish you could make. Nevertheless, they brush it off. They're still only down 2 here, and there's 2 outs. They can manage to get Peterson out here and end the inning. That would be a sure welcome sign, as that one's hit hard and high over into right field. Drifting over there to make the play in the gap and sliding to make the catch is Noah Conway, and that ends the third finally for the Dons. So the damage done here by Desert Hills. They get their 3 runs worth. Score, of course, being 3-1, and we'll come back with the top of the fourth here on Spanish Fork Channel 17.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Finally got me, Ben.
What's that, Rick?
The Clark Street crater, the mother of all potholes. Got me good.
But you know State Farm's got you too.
You ain't nothing!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage Team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
Top of the fourth here in the quarterfinal matchup between the Spanish Fork Dons and Desert Hills here on Spanish Fork Channel 17. Of course, a huge matchup for both of these teams. Winner goes to play Salem Hills in the semis in the winner's bracket. Of course, having that undefeated, unblemished record is key and of course a welcoming sign, although for both these teams, of course, it isn't the end if they lose here. Of course, though, you would love to come out on top, especially Spanish Fork here playing the #1 team in the state in Desert Hills, as that one is bounced in for a ball. Andrew Pintar up on his second at bat. He singled to drive in Tay Newman in the first inning. Ever since then, it's been relatively quiet, though, for Spanish Fork. Of course, we talked a great deal about, boasted about these two, Newman and Pintar, in the top half of the lineup. Top third, I should say, followed by Nielsen, as that one's in for a strike. Played an excellent game last week against Park City on Saturday to advance. Of course, that one being a fantastic matchup. And a great game overall, as that one's hit hard over into left field, going back and over the wall, and it's out of here. Solo bomb from Andrew Pintar, and we are 3-2 here in the top of the fourth. He got all of that one, and Pintar trots home, and Spanish Fork closes this one to a one-run ball game. What a shot from Pintar, #3 on the year. And what a hit. And what a momentum swing there for Spanish Fork. Don's loving it, of course. Huge hit from Pintar as Cy Nielsen is up. Will look to replicate the same. Of course, he's a dangerous hitter himself, and he takes that one down and away for ball one. Oh, pitch, that one bounces well for ball two. Boy, Pintar, I think he got that one center cut, it looked like, and he was primed and ready to hit it. And Port Milne out in left field, he just stood and watched. He knew that one was gone as soon as he hit it. As that one hits the shin of Nielsen, and that'll be a foul ball. That'll bring the count to 2-1. We talk about the home runs occasionally with the Dons, and so far up until that point they had 5 on the year, 2 of which came from Pintar. The other man who has 2, none other than the man in the box right now, is Nielsen, who also has 20 RBIs to credit. There's a 2-1 count here. He hits that one hard as well. Drifting over and above, almost above the head of Milne, but he reaches up and grabs that one on the run for out #1. A good contact there, though, from Nielsen. And it seems like they're starting to get a better hold of Kinross. Of course, the second time, third time around in the order, you get to see where he's pitching at and throwing to, and gets a little bit more tired as well, as that one's in for a strike to Massey. That one in for a strike as well, and it's quickly 0-2. To tell that Kinross got a little bit shaken up by that home run. He started throwing those down and away and in the dirt. And now he's up 0-2 here. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back and near the box, and over the box, in fact. Keeps the count at 0-2. Massey so far in the year hitting 200 with 9 RBIs and 340 on base percentage, but he'll strike out there. And that'll be the second out of the inning for the Dons. It'll be the 14th strikeout on the year for Massey. So now we have 2 away. I'll bring up Josh Dart here, the left-handed hitter. Dart playing DH today. Takes that curveball in for a strike. It's impressive too, going back to that home run, is just, as that one gets fouled away, it's just the fact that you're playing 325 over there, 335 I should say, over at the pole, so you're looking at more 350 or so with the tall fences. So the fact that he's able to, lift that one, he really crushed it and just get it over the fence, and it was a no-doubter. Impressive hit by Pintar, and of course it's 3-2, and Spanish Fork looks to close the lead again, as that one's a slow roller for Dart, rolling over to Goodman. He'll try and make the play, but not in time, and he'll be safe. Just beat him by a step, and that's all you need. Josh Dart gets the hustle single, keeping the inning alive for the Dons, and that'll bring up Noah Conway, the right fielder. Desert Hill's going to take a moment here to convene. Of course, we talk about the tall fences here. This park, of course, is not only home to Weber State and the university there, it's also home to the Ogden Raptors, who are the rookie affiliate team that plays here. Of course, a beautiful ballpark, as a matter of fact, right in the heart of downtown, with the Ogden Temple and the downtown scenery in the back, as that one gets fouled over into territory. Running over to make the play, it's not Conway, I should say Andrus. He wasn't able to get it though. Good hustle play though. Of course, the cool thing about this ballpark is you have such a old town feel to it in this area. You have the building over and right, of course, the kind of brick building, mixed in with some of the more modern developments, kind of nice feel to it. So that one gets fouled away as well by Conway. Last year, quite a few of the games were played down in Dixie and in other areas of Utah as well. So quite a scene for baseball here, to be sure. And there's quite a bit of talent all over the state, whether it's Spanish Fork, Provo area, you go down to St. George as well, as that one is in for a strike, looking, and Conway goes down looking, and that'll end the inning for the Dons. So that's the 4th strikeout on the game for Kinross, and he escapes the jam here, and the score is 3-2 as we hit the middle of 4. Once again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors here at Spanish Fork Channel 17, the Blue Diamond Auto Group, the attorneys at law, Mikkel Thompson and Wise, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, State Farm and the offices of Lance Wilson, Drake's Mortgage Team, MVP Sports, and 2 Jacks Pizza. Of course, we had our Triple T triple earlier in the game from Newman, of course. Great way to start the game. Spanish Fork doing a good job of staying in distance here, 3-2. It'll be Olsen to continue as he hits the bottom of the 4th. So far, Olsen got off to a blazing start, retiring the first 4 and getting 3 strikeouts along the way. So far in the year, Olsen has 4 strikeouts. Yours truly over here in the booth. Of course, we get enough looks of the cameramen. I think they're good enough. I don't know if I need to be included in the picture. So that one's hit hard and going back and drifting, and that one's gone. Call it the curse of Jake Arscott. Probably shouldn't show the camera on me ever again, but nevertheless, Levine crushes that one to left center field off of Olsen. And he hammers it home, and Desert Hills takes the run back, and it's now 4-2. So Olsen, as we said, started off hot and now has kind of struggled, and a leadoff home run doesn't help the morale. So far, gone 3 full innings. That one down and away for ball 1. Bounced in for ball 2. There's a 2-0 pitch, swinging and missing is Reber. Four-2 ball game here. Two 2-1 count. And a check swing, and that's a strike as well. So now the count is 2-2. Scoreboard saying 3-2. They're just resetting it here. Olsen tries to get this one here. Down and away, and he got him. Got him looking on a fastball. And down goes Reber, and that'll be the first out of the inning. 5th strikeout on the game, by the way, for Olsen. So Olsen waits here. Caden Goodman comes up. Already 2 home runs in this game from both squads. And a hard-hitting affair as that one is swung on and missed by Goodman. Goodman, of course, in the first inning got a walk and then ended up getting out on a fielder's choice. That one is that one's hit hard as well over to left field, and that one's going to drop for a base hit. He's going to try and stretch for 2, and fumbling the ball over there is Peterson. He'll get in standing. So another ball smashed over to left field. They've been pulling them all day off of Olsen, and it seems like they've gotten the rhythm. Double here for the Thunder, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Lott. Six hits on the game for Desert Hills, 3 for Spanish Fork. Runner on second here with 1 out. That one's high and away, ball 1. That one drops in low, ball 2. Haven't talked a lot about these teams on neutral sites, but of course, Desert Hills being as good as they are, they have excelled. Been 5-1 so far as that one's down, and it's 3-0 to Lott. 5-1 Desert Hills is on neutral fields, and Spanish Fork this year is 5-5. Advantage to Desert Hills. Here's the pitch, and that one's inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk. So second walk on the day for Mason Olsen, and that might be it for him on the day. Slowly making his way out is Gub Nelson, the manager. He'll take his time here, kind of sensing the danger of the moment. Runners on first and second, of course, for Desert Hills. And while they're taking a break, we'll just talk about the bracket here real quick as things still shaping up. Of course, last round, Salem Hills advanced, beating Dixie in a shocker. Of course, Dixie was the favorite heading into this one, maybe the co-favorite with the Thunder that you're watching right now. Salem Hills, though, had a dominant 5-0 performance, and the pitching performance was excellent. And of course, Lehigh beating Juan Diego Christian. So overall, the League 10 region really standing up and showing out in this playoff so far. The fact that you have 3 of the 4 in the quarterfinals in the winner's bracket speaks volumes, as that one swung on and missed by Bo Barbin, who's up his third time today. Barbin in the first, he struck out looking, and then in the third had a single. It'll still be Olsen. They decided to keep with him here and just give him some encouragement, as that one is dropped in for a strike on the outside corner. Barbin having a little chat with the umpire there. He thought it was outside. And that one down and away. So Olsen doesn't get the call this time. It's 1-2. Of course, Desert Hills playing with Dixie, they were pretty much the 1 and 2s throughout the year. Dixie number 2 in 4A, number 4 in state overall. They go in the losers bracket this time, as that one is swung on and missed. And no advance there, so another strikeout for Olsen. Olsen sitting at 6 strikeouts on this game. So when he's been there, he's been there. It's been great. The highs have been high. But on the other end, he has given up some hard contact, and when these Thunder hitters have been able to hit him, see him, it's been rough going, to say the least, as that one drops in for a strike. So Drew Thrope is up. Last time he was up, he was kind of the one that started the damage for Salem, or for Desert Hills. Had an opposite field double last time up, and he hits this one hard as well, and that one's going to drop for a single. Coming around third to score is a lot, it looks like, and that'll be, excuse me, I should say Goodman. Another run for Desert Hills, and it's now 5-2. So another big single for Thorpe. An RBI for him, and we'll put runners on the corners here with 2 down. Desert Hills has done a great job of just being patient, it seems like, kind of letting the game come to them, and now the 5-2 lead, they have a chance to do damage, as it looks like Thorpe will take the base. No contest there from Horain. Just a smart decision to just kind of gobble that one up and not throw it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So this is kind of a critical moment here in the ballgame for the Dons. Down 3, runners on second and third. If they can get this critical third out, they can end the inning down 3, but not out of it. If they do give up these 2 runs here, it's going to be pretty tough, though. 0-2 pitch, and that one hit hard, but hit right at the right fielder, left fielder Peterson, who makes a diving grab. Great play. I should say a great defensive play to end the inning. And that'll be it for Desert Hills as we end for 5-2 the score. We'll be back on Spanish Fork Channel 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Thompson & Wise.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Top of the 5th inning here, 5-2 Spanish Fork trailing Desert Hills in this quarterfinal matchup in the 4A Utah High School Athletic Association State Championships. Winner of this one will, of course, advance tomorrow to play in the semifinals against Salem Hills. The loser of this game playing the winner of tomorrow of game 24, which will be in the losers bracket. Of course, we'll get those decisions updated when we get them. That'll be tomorrow at Lindquist Field as well at 1:30. So that one is popped up. And over to grab that one is the pitcher, Kinross, and out is Peterson. The winner's game will be played at 4:30, by the way. Of course, we'll be here with the Dons all the way. You can stay with us here at Spanish Fork 17 as we provide you coverage of their run in the playoffs. Hopefully it ends well. And right now, tough going against the #1 team in Desert Hills, down 5-2 as that one is blooped over into right field, and that one's going to drop for a single. That one is fair. Running over to second, he's going to try and make the play. Randolph slides down, and he's going to dive in with a double. Heads up running there by Cade Randolph, and a big double with one out. Hopefully Spanish Fork can get something going off of this. One just kind of blooped, and then he kind of hesitated over there at first, did Randolph, and as right fielder Barbin went to make the play, kind of bobbled it. Up to bat, of course, Skylar Holrain. He chops that one over to first, and bobbling the ball over at first is Andrus, but he'll toss it over to get the second out to Kinross. That does advance the runner, though, so now Randolph is at third. With two down, that'll bring up Tay Newman. Tay Newman in the first inning, he had a huge triple, and he went down in the third. Desert Hills is going to convene here for a second, and they're actually going to retire Kinross, who really got into his groove. It felt like, besides the hard hit home run, the hard hit triple, he did a pretty good job, I would say. He struck out 4, going the 4 2/3 innings on the game. Great outing by him, and he'll look to preserve the win here. They are up 3 on Spanish Fork. Now Newman up, and of course Pintar, who crushed a home run back in the 4th inning. And after him will be Cy Nielsen for the Dons. So out is Kinross. In to take his place is Blake Milne, the right fielder, or the left fielder, I should say. He, of course, is one of those 4 guys in the Desert Hills pitching stable that have just carried the team. Milne so far has pitched 30 1/3 innings over the season with 9 appearances. This will be his 10th on the year. So as Milne warms up, we'll remind you, and we'd like to correct something here. So we mentioned that the winner would play tomorrow. Actually, they will play Friday on the 17th. They'll get the day off. Well, it makes sense. But you know, once again, they play Friday. The loser does still play tomorrow, though, at 1:30. Winner will play Friday at 4:30 in the semifinals for the winner, or the finals for the winners bracket, we should say. That winner will advance to the championship. Dons have some uphill treading to do. We knew this was going to be a hard matchup going in. We knew the Desert Hills doesn't give up a lot of runs. The Spanish Fork has managed to put 2 on, and they're threatening here. And as Milne throws that one fast, blazes it high though for ball 1. That one hit high and popped up over to second is Goodman to make the catch. And he'll do so, and that'll be it. Newman not happy with himself for that one as he smacks the ground. That'll do it for the Dons in this half of the 5th. So the score 5-2. Once again, we like to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork TV, Blue Diamond Auto Group, the attorneys at law at McKell, Thompson & Wise, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, State Farm, Driggs Mortgage Team, MVP Sports, and 2 Jacks Pizza. Of course, we did have a great McKell, Thompson & Wise play over in the last inning by Peterson over in left field for the Dons. Made a big-time play, actually, come to think about it, as he dove in to snag a 2-out line drive and stop 2 runs from scoring. Had that happen, it would be 7-2 right now. It'd be pretty much a done deal, it would feel like, for the Dons, but they are still in it. They need to get some offense going. However, nothing doing on this top half. They're just going to keep Olsen in, however, to pitch the bottom half of this 5th. We'll see how long he stays out there. He'll play the man who just pitched, Blake Milne. Pitch from Olsen, dives into the inside part for strike 1. One pitch. That one swinging and missing away. Good off speed, off plate pitch, I should say. He's mixing up the location. Started in, going out now. And it's quickly 0-2. That one hit into center field, lined right at Nielsen, who grabs that one for the first out. So that'll bring up Peterson now. Peterson rolls that one to short, and he's going to get on with that one. Just a dribbler down the left field area towards the third baseman. I think Olsen was expecting Newman to run up and make that play. Newman playing too far out to do so. So a little tapper is going to get Peterson on with the infield single. Olsen so far has gone 4 1/3, 5 earned runs on this game, giving up 8 hits as well. So a tough matchup, but again, a loaded team in Desert Hills. One out there, and that's a strike on the inside. That is Levine who's up to hit. Levine homered his last time up. He hits that one high and fouls it behind the screen. Of course, it felt like Spanish Fork was climbing back into this one when Pintar hit his solo shot, and then of course to respond, Levine took a ball and just crushed it to left center field. He was swinging hard at that one and missing, and he'll go down. So another strikeout for Olsen, and now 2 away, and that'll bring up Reber. Seven strikeouts for Mason Olsen on the day, 2 walks as he throws this first pitch away for ball 1. That one in there for a strike. thrown over to first, and back in time is Peterson. Reber grounded into a double play in the first inning and then, of course, struck out his last time up. That one framed perfectly by Horain, but just outside, and that one brings the count to 3-1. Wilson with 2 outs here, 3-1 count. That one high, and it's going to be a 4-pitch watch. 5-pitch walk, I should say. Third walk on the day for Olsen. I'll bring up Goodman up. Goodman has 1 walk so far, and runners on first and second. He'll try and drive some insurance runs home as that curveball kind of drops in to the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Things have kind of calmed down here at Lindquist Field. It was windy to start. It kind of has calmed a bit. It's kind of warmed up, and the sun has come out as well. That one's away. Count is 1-1. It's been really warm so far this week in general. Temperatures have been in the 80s here in Utah. Things have been relatively sunny. Just in time for summer baseball, as that one's in for strike 2. Of course, being Utah, things change quickly. We have had good weather to start, but of course it's forecasted to be a little bit messy in the coming days, so we'll see how it goes as that one's line, diving over to make the plays. Pintar and making the play at second to get the 3rd out. Great play by the Dons, and that'll be the bottom of the 5th inning. So no runs given up, still 5-2, and we'll be back with the top of the 6th on Spanish 4 Channel 17.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Finally got me, Ben.
What's that, Rick?
The Clark Street crater, the mother of all potholes. Got me good.
But you know State Farm's got you too.
You ain't nothing!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage Team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
Top of the 6th here on Spanish Fork Channel 17. The quarterfinal matchup between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Desert Hills Thunder. That one high for ball 1. Up to bat is number 4, Andrew Pintar. Pintar takes that one high as well, and it's 2-0. Critical inning here for the Dons. The Dons currently 2-3 down here with 2 innings left. Have had their opportunities as that one is grounded over to second base, ranging over to make the play is Goodman, and he'll throw it over in time for the 1st out. Of course, it's always so hard when you play a team that can just ditch, throw out pitchers left and right. Of course, you have Milne, who's thrown his share of innings. You had Kinross to start. I have plenty of people that they can just exchange every now and then. And Turner as well, who has pitched well, and Thorpe, who has thrown 40 innings himself. The Dons would know that. They have 3 of their own. As that one is hit hard and high left field, is it going to be enough? It's at the warning track and right at the fence to make the play is the left fielder, and 2 down. Boy, Nielsen just got under that one. Just got right under it. Had he had enough of the ball, he would have gotten a home run there. It looked like hit it about 325 feet and needed 335. So quick 2 outs again for the Dons, and Massey is up, their 4th hitter, and he takes that one swinging for a strike, and it's 1-1. Milne's been on it so far in relief of Kinross, who went a good 4 2/3 innings. Now Milne through 2, I should say, as that one is high and in. Puts the count at 2-2. He likes to pitch fast, that's for sure. Massey struck out twice. He's going to try to avoid 3 on the day. That one is fouled, popped up high into left field, ranging over to make the play and get the out. Is Desert Hills was originally Milne's spot, but now pitching. He'll get that out, and that'll be the end of the 6th for Spanish Fork. So we go to the middle half of the frame, and Desert Hills still up 3. Once again, thank all of our sponsors: the Blue Diamond Auto Group, McKell Thompson and Wise, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, State Farm, Driggs Mortgage Team, MVP Sports, and 2 Jacks Pizza. Once again, regardless of if Spanish Fork wins or loses this game, they will be playing. So we'd like to remind you again that we'll be broadcasting that game as well, and we'll keep you up to date depending on the results of this one when they will play. And of course, if you want to watch any of our games, you can go on to SpanishFork.com, SFCN.org I should say, or go to YouTube.com/SpanishFork17 to catch live streams of this game as well as replays, and of course any other content as well. Please feel free to invite your friends and family to watch. Of course, we thank all of our viewers far and wide for all that they do and for tuning in. It's been a great season once again, and the Dons hope to continue. And of course, not just the Dons, the other teams as well around the area. Salem Hills has played well. Lehigh all have done a great job. That ball is in for a strike. You got to credit Olsen so far. Olsen, although he hasn't had the greatest start, he's gone the distance. Currently through 5 as that one is hit hard and high to right field. Drifting over to make the play is Noah Conway, and he'll get the first out. Of course, the Ogden Raptors they usually play here at Lindquist. Raptors will be starting their baseball relatively soon. They start in June for their rookie ball. So that one is hit hard and high to center field as well. Towering and driving in is Cy Nielsen. He'll make the play. 2 down. One just kind of in a soft area in that shallow part of the infield. Good play by Nielsen to kind of call off everybody else. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Drew Thrope. Thrope so far in the day started off with a strikeout in the 1st, then had a double in the 3rd and a single in the 4th. 4th time up as he takes strike 1 from Olsen. Of course, if Olsen can get out of this one, it'll be Spanish Fork in the top of the 7th. They'll have 3 outs to try and make up 3 runs. Not an easy task, especially against this team. Does so well at pitching. That one hits Thrope, and he'll take his base. He kind of got caught swinging. I think it hit his hand. He's shaking his left hand, it looks like. Maybe got his wrist. And I think that Gubb is going to go over. Gubb Nelson, I should say, the manager, is going to go contest whether that one is a foul ball. It was kind of awkward because he was swinging at it. You could kind of hear, depending on the sound that you can hear, you can tell if it's a foul ball or if it's hitting his arm, and they're just going to conclude that it did hit him. Not enough to overturn it. Nelson, of course, in disagreement. He'll have quick word. They're still not done with this, it seems. Well, now they are. And Nelson's going to use every opportunity, of course, to try and get whatever he can. The life of a manager. The interesting one. So 2 outs. Thrope gets on the hit pitch. Now I'll bring up Andrus, who took the first pitch for the ball. Andrus swings and misses there on the outside pitch. Andrus so far 0 of 3 on this game. Dons again did most of their damage in the 3rd and the 4th, getting 3 and 2 runs respectively in back-to-back innings. Started off with Spanish Fork, though, getting hot on the first bat of the game. Andrew Pintar, or Tay Newman, I should say, hit a deep triple at basically the deepest part of the ballpark over there in right center, 387. That one is dropped, and throwing it over to second is Horing, but not in time. It's kind of a loose pitch, and it's 2-2. So in the second is Strope. So as we were saying, Spanish Fork got off to a great start. And Desert Hills, after ending a scoreless baseball in the second, ended up hitting 3 in the bottom of the 3rd, make it a 3-run game. Pintar got his home run and crushed it off a hanging pitch, as that one is away for Olsen. Made the game 3-2, and then of course Desert Hills respond right back with a home run of their own. That coming, of course, from Levine, Landon Levine. Now we sit at 5-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. That one hit hard to the left, and it's caught over by the 3rd baseman, but foul. Newman made a great diving play over there. Boy, that one seemed awfully close. And I think that Desert Hills thought that one was fair, and of course, 3rd base coach going to walk up, and he's going to take his time to address that play. But looking back at it, it did look like it was over the bag. And if that's the case, then it is a fair ball usually, but called it foul there, and a fortunate break for Spanish Fork. Full count for Mason Olsen here. Trying to get out of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Got him! Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, and a huge strikeout for Mason Olsen, and he gets high fives from the Don crew. All right, so Spanish Fork's last chance is up, top of the 7th. We'll be back with that on Spanish Fork Channel 17.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Finally got me, Ben.
What's that, Rick?
The Clark Street crater, the mother of all potholes. Got me good.
But you know, State Farm's got you, too.
You ain't nothing!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage Team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
Crunch time here for the Spanish Fork Dons in the top of the 7th inning in this quarterfinal matchup between Spanish Fork and Desert Hills. Dons down 3. They'll look to Josh Dart to start the top of the inning, who takes a strike. It'll be Dart, Conway, and Peterson for the Dons to face Blake Milne, who's been lights out in relief, to say the least, as he throws that fastball hard and away, and it's 1-1. Score 5-2. Of course, we don't have graphics with us, so we've been trying to keep up with the count and the score as well. Continue to do so as that one's away, and it's 2-1. Dart on the game. Got out in the first inning. He singled in the fourth. A ball as well, and it's 3-1. So good eye by Dart to kind of fight off the pitches by Milne, and if he can get on base, that would be a welcome sign. Noah Conway, of course, had a huge hit last game. He'll try and do the same as that one's hit. Drifting over to second is Goodman, and he can't field it cleanly, and he's going to get on safe. So you take it any way they come. Josh Dart, second single of the game. In fact, his last time up, he had a dribbler that he was able to run out as well. So a couple of hustle singles for Josh Dart. And he'll take his spot on the bench here as number 17 comes up for the Dons. That'll be Marley Bennett. He normally wears the number 24. This time they have him at number 17. Of course, he's a big-time steal guy for this team. Speedy bag over at first. So Nelson makes his change, and the Dons get their first runner here in the top half of the seventh. Again, they need 3 to tie. Conway on the year, 12 RBIs, 254 average with a 318 on-base percentage. That one hit hard and high over to right field. Drifting back over to make the play is Barbin. He'll make the catch. One away. So a deep out there for Conway, just not enough to get anything going there. And that'll bring up Cade Peterson, or Tanner Peterson, I should say, followed by Cade Randolph. Actually, instead of Peterson, it'll be number 5. That'll be Hunter Clark. Peterson on the day, he was 0 for 2 against Desert Hills, so they're throwing out everybody here. Hunter Clark, he's another one of those key guys on the Dons lineup as he takes that one high near the head for ball 1. Clark has 5 RBIs on the year, hitting 200 so far until this point. If he can just get it in play, he has a lot of room to work with. They're playing no doubles in the outfield. A quick throw over to first from Milne. Of course, if everything holds, Kinross will get the win for Salem Hills. Kinross, that'll be his 8th win in 13 appearances. He went 4 2/3. That one swung on and missed by a Dart, and that's the first strike, 1-1. Went 4 2/3, 4 strikeouts, no walks. He gave up 2 earned runs. Olsen, if it holds, will get the loss for the Dons. Hopefully that's not the case. Milne has been kind of erratic with his fastball, kind of throwing it really hard here, a little bit all over the place. Of course, if the Dons can hold off of those pitches, get on base, that'd be a welcome sign. Clark in the box. Hits that one and just gets enough of it and fouls it back to the backstop. Two-two game. Again, Spanish Fork currently sitting number 7 on the year for, I should say, number 8 in 4A, as that one's hit down the line to third, trying to make the double play, arranging over to get the first out is Thrope. He's not going to get the second one, though. 2 away, as that one's a fielder's choice for Clark. Last out for the Dons here, down 3. First pitch swung on and missed from Cade Randolph. Randolph currently the last source of hope for Spanish Fork here. 1 of 2 on the game. Last time he had a double on a blooper to right field. There's the pitch and it's high. Once again, winner advances to the winner's bracket final matchup. That one's away, and it's 2-1. Two-one pitch to Peterson. To Randolph, I should say. That one away. 3-1. If Randolph can get on, Skylar Holrain would be up as the tying batter. 3-1 count. That one right down the middle for strike two. So full count. Cade Randolph, and Spanish Fork is down to their last strike here. 3-2 the count, 5-2 the score. Desert Hills looking to advance, and Milne will take a second. An errant ball in play. All right, Milne sets the 3-2 pitch. Inside and ball four. So the Dons stay alive on a good eye by Randolph, who gets the walk. And with two down, it'll bring up Skylar Holrain. Still work to be done for the Dons. What a positive sign, and Desert Hills is going to want to talk this over really quickly. Credit the Dons, who have played hard all game, who have played relatively clean baseball. And credit Mason Olson for going 6 innings, playing against a tough lineup, and really he had great moments, just had too many moments of hard hit, hard contact baseball where the Thunder made him pay the price essentially. I think the biggest moment being that back-breaking home run that brought the lead back up to 4-2. All right, so up to bat is Skylar Holrain. Down 3 here with the tying run. First pitch. That one inside, but called a strike. I was hoping it was inside enough, but a late call there from the umpire, and it's 0-1. That one away. 1-1. That one's certainly a ball. After this game is another game after this at 4:30 in the losers bracket as that one gets fouled away. 2 more games left to be played here in baseball pretty much all week long here at Lindquist. And it has been excellent baseball. This game's been good as well. However, the Dons are down, and they're down to their final strike. 1-2 count here with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That one popped up into the shortstop, and to make the catch is Lott, and that's going to be the ball game. So Desert Hills hold serve as the 1 seed, and they take the win here, 5-2. Lance Kinross gets the win, 4 2/3 innings, 4 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. Mason Olson with the loss for Spanish Fork, giving up 4 earned runs, I should say, and 8 strikeouts. We'll be back with the post-game show to wrap everything up here on Spanish Fork Channel 17.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Finally got me, Ben.
What's that, Rick?
The Clark Street crater, the mother of all potholes. Got me good.
But you know, State Farm's got you too.
You ain't nothing.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage Team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Thompson & Wise.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back, everybody, to Spanish Fork Channel 17. It's a final here at Lindquist Field in the State 4A Utah High School Athletic Association Championship Tournament here. Spanish Fork and Desert Hills, the final score being 5-2, with the Thunder taking the victory over the Dons. Once again, the winning pitcher on this one, Lance Kinross for Desert Hills, going 4 2/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 0 walks, and 2 earned runs, whereas Mason Olson going 6 innings, 5 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He takes the loss in this game. Of course, Spanish Fork, their tournament isn't over necessarily. They actually are still alive. They'll go to the losers bracket, and they will play tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. here at Lindquist Field, and we will have coverage of that game here on Spanish Fork 17, so please tune in. We still don't know who they will be playing yet. We'll get you that information when we get it. Of course, for the other side, Desert Hills, the victor, they will go on and play on Friday against the winner, who was Salem Hills on that end. They beat Lehigh earlier. So staying on top, Desert Hills, of course, the #1 team, and we mentioned that this was going to be a hard game for Spanish Fork, the toughest test yet. They did not disappoint, however, in their efforts. They were outstanding today. They got off to such a great start, going up 1-0. Just things were tough for Mason Olson going up against such a great lineup. And Desert Hills, the big 3-run third inning, of course, didn't help. After that, Spanish Fork brought it to within 3-2 on a big home run from Andrew Pintar, who is our MVP Sports Player of the game. Pintar crushed a home run in the top of the 4th inning that went, oh man, almost hit the scoreboard, it felt like, over in left field. Hit it about 380, 400 feet. Great hit from Pintar, who hits his 3rd home run on the year. That brought the game to 3-2 for the Dons. Just not enough. In the bottom half of the inning, of course, the Thunder responded with a home run of their own from Levine, their center fielder. And from there, they added on another run, making it 5-2, and that's where the score held. So a big game and a big win for Desert Hills, probably their toughest matchup to date. The Dons will look to continue on here in the state tournament. Of course, nothing's over until it's over. They played excellent baseball today. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here on Spanish Fork 17, and continue to join us throughout the rest of these 4A playoffs as we cover your local Spanish Fork squads. Final score again, 5-2, Desert Hills over Spanish Fork. For everybody in our crew, I'm Jake Arscott here, signing off on Spanish Fork 17. Have a good rest of your afternoon.